Grab your popcorn, dim the lights. It's movie time, we're taking flight. From the silver screen to your earbuds here, we're diving deep, so lend your ear. Action, drama, comedy, gold. Stories fresh and classics old. We'll break it down, scene by scene. From indie gems to Hollywood dreams. Roll the credits, let's begin. Talking movies, where do we fit in? Heroes, villains, twists and turns. The love for cinema always burns. Roll the credits, it's time to see what makes the movies magic for you and me.
Welcome, one and all, to another edition of Popcorn and Root Beer. It is the summertime, which means the summer blockbuster is upon us. Although it doesn't seem like just the movie theater is bringing us hits, with Ironheart really capturing the internet's love over the last few days. But today on the show, we got a packed show for you, and we're going to dive right into it. We got the forecast and Kalshi cuts to make you that money. We're also introducing a new segment called Trailer Time, where we're reacting to some of the biggest and most anticipated movie trailers of the year so far. We're bringing you some hot dog picks because we are all about entertainment. And for some people, watching others gorge themselves on processed meats, on wet buns, is really exciting. And as usual, we will irritate the entire world with some Hear Me Out. Jake, Trash are with me. Guys, I have a question for the two of you. I want you to think on it for a moment because I need to talk to the audience for just a second longer. But when I throw it to you guys, I need to know a movie moment that infuriated you. While my friends think on that, all of you and the In Between Media family, thank you so much for being here. If you are new to the channel, if you are a fan of movies or movie betting or one or either of those things or both of them combined, like, subscribe, share to the whole channel. Follow Trash, follow Jake, follow myself. We bring you the best in entertainment. We are, in my opinion, the best team in the whole damn game. Trash, what's a movie moment that infuriated you?
God, I'm still trying to think of this. Like, there's so many that I know happen, and now I'm just like, my mind is blank. Jake, do you have one off the top of your head?
I do want to ask a clarifying question because I have answers
Sure.
for both. Is it just something that, like, I noticed in the movie that made me mad, or a character's actions that physically angered me?
I would say something that, like, you know what pissed me off? Here's my answer. I know what you did last summer. Sarah Michelle Gellar she got away. She was good, and she stops like 5 feet short for no reason whatsoever and gets killed. Infuriating. Kills like that make me so mad. You killed off like a good character in the dumbest way possible.
Okay, I've got it.
Yeah,
This
go
one's
ahead.
easy. It's the fact in 28 weeks later, they're just like, hey, you know what? I know there was a problem here. It was really bad. And we still haven't technically fully cleared it out by the fact that we're still doing military raids here.
Sure.
Let's put all the normal people back. That can't go wrong.
Yeah,
And then it goes wrong, and they're like, oh, who could have seen that coming? Everyone. Literally fucking everybody.
Yeah, 28 Weeks Later is definitely like the ugly stepchild of that little franchise. Like, it's the only one that wasn't written by Alex Garland and not directed by Danny Boyle. So it's like, it just didn't spiritually feel like a sequel to me. Trash, I know you don't watch horror, so your take is probably from another genre. What made you mad?
So as I was thinking about it, the answer came into my mind, and it's a franchise that is probably going to get a little beat down tonight, but I'm sorry. It was the moment like 10 minutes into Jurassic Park 2 where they're like, well, it was a terrible idea last time, but it'll work out for us this time.
Oh God, yeah.
And then everything that proceeds in the entire franchise after that, like,
it's infuriating. It was so stupid. Like that. Like, I'm going to see the new one tonight at like 11. And it's 8 o'clock on the East Coast. Like, I am a late night guy. Listen, even if it sucks, I get 2 hours of looking at Jonathan Bailey in those slutty little glasses.
Valid.
no, that's fair.
I'm there. You know what I mean? I'm
Yep.
happy. So I win. But it's time for us to make people some money. Let's get to the forecast.
Show
for the forecast, because it is a packed show, we're bringing you one bet and one bet only, but boy, is it a doozy of a bet. It is the movie that will have the biggest domestic opening weekend of 2025. That means the biggest opening weekend here in the United States. For all of our international listeners, we're talking about US money right now. Your options are Zootopia 2, Superman, Fantastic Four, First Steps, Wicked for Good, The Naked Gun, Black Phone 2, or Avatar Fire and Ash. Now, of all those movies, there's a few that I'm not as excited about. There's a few I think are in contention. Now, Trash, you and I are in kind of lockstep on this one, so we'll take it first because I want Jake to be able to have his moment in the sun.
I will say real quick before you start, I want yours to be the correct answer.
Okay, all right. That's
want it to be the right.
I am
Okay.
actively rooting,
I
but yes,
respect it.
I will tell you that our pick. Trash, would you like to reveal it to the people?
Yes.
All right.
It is, of course, Wicked for Good. I mean, I don't see how this. Well, I do see a world where this is not. However, one thing that you did not mention, Steve, is the odds on some of these.
Yes.
Wicked is far from the favorite.
Yes, very far.
Let's like Superman is the favorite at plus
So weird.
250.
That just doesn't seem
yeah.
right.
No, it's baffling. Wicked is at plus 1200. And I just
That's a
like, for one, I think that it has a solid shot to win this, but for two, that is wild odds. And like, you have to bet that.
you do. And I think Superman will do fine, but I don't think it's going to be like, I wouldn't even have it my third choice. You know what I
Still
mean?
trying
Like,
to figure out
no.
who's asking for Superman. I'm not over that
Oh,
from the
for
last
sure.
time we
I'm
talked
so
about it.
done with Superman. I think I
Yeah.
think this is such a boring character. And I think that's what people kind of feel about Superman. It's like, what can hurt him? Well, nothing. And so it's like, okay,
Kryptonite.
yeah, like a pebble from
Mhm.
another planet.
Yeah.
But if you don't have it, you don't have it. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's more than a pebble. I'm not doing
yeah. It's just, oh my God, it drives me crazy. I love that the Naked Gun is an option. I think
Me
that's
too.
fantastic. I think that's so
I mean-
fantastic. Like, that's so stupid. That's so dumb. There's
Yeah.
so many other movies coming out this year, and they were like, you know what else could have a shot? The Naked Gun.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Like, I might see it. I
won't.
doubt I'm
I'll
seeing
wait
it
till it's
opening
on
weekend.
streaming.
You know what? I'm such a sucker for the movie theater experience that I'm like, I need to be there. I need to experience that. Listen, I like Liam Neeson. I do. I don't like him this much. We're gonna talk more about Wicked for Good, so I'm gonna jump to Jake now because we're not gonna talk as much about his choice.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to pass on Avatar Fire and Ash. Avatar is, I believe, the highest grossing movie of all time. Sorry about my dogs if anybody can hear them. Got a lot of them. Avatar 2, I think, is the third highest grossing movie of all time. And it's got a top 10 American box office opening weekend of all time. I just don't see a world where something beats the legendary nature of this one, especially because I don't think a lot of people loved The Way of the Water. And I think a lot of people are going to love Fire and Ash and have been looking forward to how this is going to elevate the series again. So I just struggle to see a world where this doesn't win, though I do, like I said, I do want Wicked to be the correct answer because it and Avatar are the only two I will see on opening weekend.
Over under 1 week, if you were in Avatar world, do you think you're surviving with all the things that are trying to kill you there?
Oh, I'm surviving for sure.
You think you're making it?
1,000%.
Trash, you think you're making it a week?
I don't know. Like, I think my survival skills are decent, but I'll be honest, I have never seen an Avatar and I don't care to.
You basically live in Avatar land. You live up in the boonies of Vermont. Like,
Which is why, like, I probably could do over a
you
week.
probably
but-
would be
Yeah,
fine. The
literally,
fact that like the fact
Combining
that you
where
haven't
you're
been,
from and where I'm from, it's basically Avatar.
that's true. The
Yeah.
fact that you haven't been eaten
No.
by mountain people already is a testament to your survival skills. It's just It's a terrifying place.
Are
Vermont
you
is
gonna survive?
I'm dead in the first 5 minutes. I don't want to be there. I don't wanna be there. I'm not flying on the Banshee. I'd go to the Banshee. It'd smell the fear on me, and it's not a fear of the Banshee. I'm afraid of heights. I'd fall off.
Mhm.
I've never been good at like ride. I don't trust horses, so I wouldn't trust a Banshee. Like I'm dead in the first 5 minutes. That I would have been the character that died first in the movie. I like horror movies. I think I'm making it. I think I'm making it in horror movies because I think I'm funny enough to
Yeah,
survive a
I
horror
can
movie.
see
You know
that.
what I
I
mean?
think you're
I
like
can like joke
crafty
my way
enough
through it.
to like you can kind of see what they're doing ahead, you
Yeah,
know?
and I'm scrappy.
I
You know what
think
I
you
mean?
can
I
yeah,
think I could take.
exactly.
I
I
think
think
I'd
you
be the
can do
guy.
a horror, but not like a
I think I could. Yeah, I
yeah.
think I could do a horror. Because you know what I think I would do in a horror? I think I'd be the guy who got stabbed a few times. You think he didn't make it, but like is just
Mm.
resilient
Mm.
enough to make it. Like, but they took me out
Yep.
halfway through the movie. You know what I mean? And at the end,
Makes a big comeback
I'm
at
like,
the end.
Yep.
I'm like, hey, that's where I think I'm at.
I'm with you
Um,
there. I'm surviving every non-supernatural horror movie
I'll tell you
because I
this.
carry a firearm. Like
That's
I'm
true.
not.
You do. You do carry a firearm.
I'm.
Like,
What are you gonna do? Run at me with a knife? I'm fine.
there's that guy on TikTok, and he like it's like if horror movie guys were rational, and it's like, hey, I know he's a scary guy with a knife and a mask, but like there's like 12 of us. Why don't we just jump him? Like
Yeah.
just like
There's one that was like when I'm running away from the villain in the horror movie, but I remember that I was born in the southern United States, and he just turns around and like whips his phone out. And he's like, ah.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Anyway,
I definitely do think in a horror movie I am surrendering within the first 5 minutes and just
you
kill
think
me.
you're
I don't want to
just-
deal with
you're just
it.
kill- You know which one I want to die in? Honestly, like if I was in a zombie apocalypse, like I'm done. I don't want to live through that. I don't want to live
No,
through
I
that.
definitely don't. No, let the
Like
zombies take me right away.
let them take it right away. I'd take myself out. You know what? Like no way am I living without running water.
I
Are you
don't
kidding
want
me?
to
The
be a zombie.
smell. You ever have like trash outside your house that like they didn't pick up for some reason, and it's fucking dank. It's like gross. It reeks.
Yeah.
Like just undead walking around and then unwashed people walking around. Oh fuck that! Kill me right off.
You'd get nose blind to it after like a week.
Bullshit. That's what they say. You know what that is? That's people. That's people who try to convince me that like beer tastes good. And it's like, oh, it's an acquired
Beer
taste.
does taste good.
True.
Gross.
Nope.
Well,
We're moving on to. We're
I'm
moving
alone in a
on.
lot of ways here.
You're alone. Kalshi cuts time. Hit it.
Under the neon lights where the shadows dance, we ride the rhythm, take a chance. Blades of sound slicing through the night. Kalshi cuts, bringing fire to the fight. Kalshi cuts, sharp and clean, carving paths in a midnight dream. Feel the beat, let the echoes rise in the heart of the city.
All right, Kalshi cuts. I want to shout out Seth for that intro video. I usually handle most of that, but he did make that one, and you can tell because that fucker Glenn Powell wouldn't have touched my sacred videos.
Get out. He's
Him and his
God.
him and his weird tiny face. They bother me.
Bad
he can be
taste.
tiny. He's hot. I don't care.
I don't think he's hot. I just you know what? I'm not in the
He's
I'm
not
not in
hot,
the hot
but he's
camp.
attractive.
As a straight man, I feel I'm
I think he's
maybe the most
attractive from, like-
qualified person here to say that he's hot.
I think he's attractive from here down. Once you get to here, it kind of goes away for me. No offense to
don't
the
know.
Glenn Powell fan club.
Disagree. But
But anyway, we're not here to talk about the size of Glenn Powell's face or his acting ability. We're here to talk about some movie bets that we are laying down. And this is the first. I'm already wrong on my call sheet. Like I'm already wrong, which is
tough.
crazy. Like, because I laid this down and I was like, oh, I'll change it. And that doesn't seem very honest of me. So I was going to say I would take the over on Jurassic World, scoring over a 65%. Jake is our research guy. Where are we sitting as it stands right now on Jurassic World? Last I saw was a 58.
Ooh, let's see. Let's see.
Like,
Jurassic
I
World
don't understand how this
reviews.
isn't doing well.
You are sitting at a solid 54.
Ooh.
That's rough. That's rough. That's actually rotten. That's the problem, is that 60 is
Yeah.
the cutoff.
Based on the scores here, like it's kind of exactly what I expected out of this movie, which is critics aren't going to like it. Fans are going to enjoy it. The
Is the
popcorn
cinema score
meter,
good?
75%,
Yeah.
tomato meter, 54%. Like,
Yeah.
It's just one of those, you know what?
I
It's
mean,
a
it's like
popcorn movie, right? It's a popcorn
the
movie. It's not made
8th in
for
the
critics.
franchise.
Yeah, but it's Scarlett Johansson and Jonathan Bailey. I thought they didn't. I thought they'd insert real like new life into it, and I had heard rumors that they were really trying to lean back into like what made the franchise popular in the first place and go away from the
Jeff
over the
Goldblum.
top. Yeah, well, yes, but like a nice open shirted Jeff Goldblum always does well. But I will own that I was wrong. That's fine. I will. I have been shamed here on my very own show.
It happens.
It happens. I don't hit them all. I hit most of them though, and we usually do as a group. We usually hit most of them. I'm still plus money, so I'm happy. Not enough to retire on yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Jake, what was yours?
Yeah, I'm going with Happy Gilmore 2 over 60% on Rotten
Look at that
Tomatoes.
picture. Look how happy Adam Sandler looks in that little picture.
Jeez. I'm so sorry, and I completely messed up that graphic.
That's fine.
Okay.
I think it could be over 75% too. If you want to adjust the line and get even better money out of it,
Are you
can
willing
do it.
to take that?
No,
Okay,
I'll
then.
stick with 60. I may put. Hey, I'm gonna sprinkle. That's all I'm saying. But for me, it's a classic. People are gonna love it. I think going back to the story of Happy Gilmore, like again, not the greatest movie in the world, but has that nostalgia factor. You get a modern cast with it. You get Adam Sandler back away from like the garbage roles he's been playing with like
Sure.
all of his Netflix movies. Like QB Halloween might be one of the worst piles of shit that I've ever seen.
You know what?
And
Can I say
one of my
something in
dogs
defense of
had
Adam
diarrhea
Sandler?
for the last month.
Can I say something in defense?
Absolutely.
When he didn't win the Oscar for Uncut Gems, when he was doing his campaign for the Oscar, he said if they don't give him an Oscar, he's going to put out some of the worst movies we've ever seen.
Yeah.
I feel like he's followed through. I feel like this is our doing. He maybe should have gotten that Oscar.
You can't
I don't
hold
blame
the
him for it.
Academy hostage, though.
You can if you're Adam Sandler, apparently,
You
because
can't,
boy
yeah.
did he. Boy did
I
he.
guess, yeah.
Yeah,
But like,
you
is
had
that going to work out for him?
It was,
I will say, I like the murder mystery duo.
I like
think
Murder
they're fun.
Mystery
Those were
as
good.
well. I like those.
Those were good.
Anything with him and when he pairs up with Jennifer Aniston or Drew Barrymore, you're usually in for a pretty good time.
Yeah, like
They have
those
some
were good.
chemistry.
The one where he was the basketball scout was a good movie.
Was it? I
Can
didn't see it.
say a hot take, and it's that I don't think I like a single Adam Sandler sports movie.
Oh, Happy Gilmore is the exception. I also usually don't like Adam Sandler movies. Like I'm a big hater on The Waterboy and Billy Madison. I will openly hate on early Adam Sandler, except for Happy Gilmore. I don't think he really made that great of movies until, there's Rain on Me, which is horrifying to watch, and then
Click.
Click.
Mr.
And then
Deeds.
I'll
Mr.
still
Deeds.
die.
I thought he did good when he started hitting those.
I will die on
Yeah.
the hill that Click is a top 10 movie of all time.
It's a very good movie. I think
It's like weirdly
told
hits
that
you in the
good story.
feels.
It
I
does.
cry
Right at the
every
end.
time.
When he like doesn't say goodbye to his dad and he's like too busy to work, and then like he knows like that's where his dad's about to die, like and he'll never say goodbye. It's very sad.
It's him crying in the rain.
Spoiler
He's
alert.
the old guy.
Spoiler alert, 20 years later. Yeah, it's a very emotional
That's what
movie.
gets me.
Yeah,
I think that was
it
the
is.
first time I saw Adam Sandler go for that. You know what I mean? And I think that
Yeah.
was so jarring, and it still is because he doesn't usually do that. And it's just like, wait, so you can act really well. You just really do prefer to do these goofy kind of movies. It's not an ability thing. It's just this is what I like to do.
He's
Do you
the
think
guy.
he's gonna?
Oh God.
Do you think he's gonna like try for another Oscar-worthy movie down the road?
Probably when he's older. When he's like old, he'll probably go for one.
When he hits that like Martin Scorsese age.
Yeah,
Or not
Speaking of-
Scorsese. De Niro, like
Martin
De
Short.
Niro.
Yeah, De Niro and stuff like that. Yeah,
Or
Trash.
Martin Short too.
You
All of them.
also have one
old
more
men.
Kalshi pick, and yours is bold. Yours is bold.
yes, it is bold. However, I'm I did some research earlier, a la Jake. I am going with Freakier Friday Rotten Tomatoes score over 75%. However, if you will look at the Freaky Friday Rotten Tomatoes score, that was 88%. And I think that like
You think it
There's a-
carries?
I think it carries. I think there's a big nostalgia factor. I think that they're doing it well. Like you can't just do the reboot and only have I hate to say old characters, because then like the old people, and we are the old people now, we'll go see it, but the young people won't. But by adding in like the whole other plot line with the young people, I think that will get like our generation to go. It will get some of the like preteen kind of like, I
Yeah.
think it's going to have a bigger demographic, a bigger appeal than some of the other, I don't know. I also I did rewatch after the last time, and it's a great movie. It is
It is a
still
great
very
movie.
fun. I love it. And
I
I
like
think,
it.
Interestingly
yeah.
enough, tomato meter score on that one, terrible, 58.
How?
People don't like it the way the critics do, I guess.
No.
Huh. When you say old people, am I the oldest person on this show?
I'm
How
30.
old are you again?
I'm 31.
I'm 32 then.
Oh, grandma.
Yeah.
So
It's
speak
fine. I've
about-
always been a grandma.
Speak
This was me
speak
at the
about this.
bachelor party I was at this past weekend. I was like, oh, a couple of these guys are definitely older than me. And then everybody was talking. I'm like, okay, there are 2 guys older than me by 2 months.
Let me tell you though, isn't that so liberating though when you're like, ha? like it could be a day, you're like, uh-huh.
Well,
I
it's
don't know. I'm kind of always the oldest in my friend groups.
it just makes me think of that Nate Bargatze joke where he's like out at the club with a bunch of 25-year-olds and he's 42. He's like, we're just a couple of young dudes kicking it. And he's like, some 45-year-old comes over and he's like, why don't you beat it, old man? He's like, it's crazy. He thought he could hang out with us.
yeah, for me,
thought it
it's
was
more
ours.
like I have a tattoo of a pig mowing the lawn on my arm and long hair and nose rings, and I'm the old guy. It doesn't quite fit when you put it.
You know
that
what
way.
though? It doesn't and it does, right? Because that's such a millennial thing. I think that's really what our generation is so prone to is we're the number one generation of what does your tattoo mean? And we're all like nothing.
Yeah, I got well, it has meaning. It's my favorite band, but
I have some that do and some that don't.
Most of mine don't. I like Halloween. I like Halloween imagery, and that's what I put on my body.
I got this octopus because I thought it looked cool.
See,
I
that's what I'm
just have
talking
some
about.
goofy ones I got arm on my arm. I get comments on that a lot, which is always fun.
I love
They
that.
go, did you know? I'm like, yeah, I did know.
I like that. All right. One more time, I'm going to ask the audience to like, subscribe, share, and comment below if you're enjoying this stuff or if you have topics you want us to tackle in the next episode. We'd love to hear from you because we're about to drop our newest segment. I just finished this today, and I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but I'm very excited to get your takes because we do pride ourselves on having some of the best drops on the internet.
In honor of us not watching the trailers before right now, I didn't watch this until right now.
Love that for you. Love that
I
for
did,
us.
but I entirely forgot.
All right, well, it's time for trailer time. Let's go.
Hey, lights down, screen up. Got a minute to feel this rush. First frame hits like a spark. New world breaking through the dark. Yeah, it's trailer time. Get your hopes up high. Let it tease, let it scream, let it paint the sky. It's trailer time. We're live in the hype. Only seconds, but it hits like a whole damn life.
I need a
like
Vision version on Spotify right now.
I actually do have a full version
Love
of
it.
it. So I'm
Spectacular.
very
Give me
excited.
14 of them right now.
It's a hit, people. We got another hit on our
Banger.
hands. An
It's a banger.
absolute
I did
banger.
not like the Chucky clip in it, but
I love a good Chucky clip. I need a good horror clip and everything. So
hate
as you can
Chucky.
tell, the way this is going to work is we are going to play a trailer for you guys, one of the biggest ones that's currently circulating and what gets people excited. And for us here, that is Wicked for Good. That is the biggest kind of trailer on the market right now. I think if this was done 2 months ago, Jake and I would have kind of bullied Trash into having us watch 28 Years Later. But now we all get to get what we want because we all love Wicked. So
yes.
that
Phenomenal
being said-
film, by the way. Go read my review of it on inbetweenmedia.com.
Yeah. Yes. Plug away.
Yes.
Jake did
Do
write
it.
an amazing article about it. Just all his articles are fantastic. I love the reviews that you put out, even for 28 Years Later. Very good. So let's keep that going. Let's watch this trailer though, because I have seen it a few times and I love every second of it. So I want to see it again.
Alpha Withrop, I know you're out here.
Full
Just
name
come
there.
in before the monkeys spot you.
He's got goosebumps from her singing.
There's no going back.
Right.
This is between us, the wizard, and I.
The Wicked Witch can't elude us forever. Not with Prince Fiero and his squadron hot on her trail.
No good deed goes unpunished. That's my creed.
The wonderful Wizard of Oz. No one believed in you more than I did.
Elphaba. They're coming for you.
I've heard it said.
You know the tears are gonna be flowing.
I know I'm who I am today because I knew you.
Think of what we could do. Together.
Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun. Like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant war. Who can say if I've been changed for the better?
Bring me the broom of the Wicked Witch of the West.
For a while there, I thought you changed.
I have changed.
It's time.
For both of us.
To fly!
Because I knew you.
You're the only friend I ever had.
Because I knew you.
And I've had so many friends.
I have been changed for good.
But only one that mattered.
I'm gonna cry so much.
It's so.
I'm off to see the wizard.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
That trailer fucks.
Yeah.
Like that trailer
Yeah.
fucks
Yep.
hard. Oh,
Yeah, like
wow.
top 2 trailer of all time, and it ain't number 2.
Like, so I was so pissed when it didn't win an Oscar. And there's a part of me that's like, the Academy just went, you know what? It's gonna sweep.
We
with
know.
part
Give it
two.
for part
We
two.
know part 2's getting all of them.
All three
Fair.
of us are like sitting here like teary-eyed after that. Like that's how you know you got us, right? Like you hit all of us right in our little feels. So
When I can watch the trailer of the sequel and immediately want to go watch the original again, like you're
Yep.
doing something right.
absolutely. Let me say
We will
this,
be
and
putting it on after
there's
this.
no
Same.
there is no hyperbole when I say this. If the theater ever said we're gonna air the first one, there's showings that are Wicked Part 1, and it rolls right into Wicked Part 2. We'll give you like an intermission to go like pee and get new snacks. Let me
Mhm.
ass is sat in the theater
Mhm.
for 6 hours happily. I am there. I would
I'm-
spend my
yep.
whole day.
I was gonna say that I'm like if you told me to, the tickets are $100 to do that. Done, easy.
Done. You got me.
I'm not even much of a movie theater, and I'm still like, yeah, that sounds. Yep.
That's a great day.
Let me hole
That's a
up for a
great
day
day.
and just
I'm
watch
taking
Wicked.
PTO to do that. If it's on like a Thursday,
Oh my
and
god.
end of
it's-
my Thursday into Friday morning, I'm taking Friday off. I'm taking
I
Thursday
want it to
off.
be one of those theaters where I can knit in there because that was my grandma hobby. But
I think at most theaters you can. No one's gonna say anything.
Yeah,
well, you just need enough light for it in some. But there are
Oh,
showings where they do like
there are. They
low
do keep the
light
lights
for
on.
yeah. But
Yep,
low
just
light.
get close.
I want the ambiance.
I cannot believe how good that trailer is. And let's be so real. Like, first off, No Good Deed is a slept on
Yes.
song in Wicked. That is
It's
like
one of my favorite in the
it's
show.
so good.
for sure.
It's so good.
Yeah.
My
Um,
probably hot take is we're gonna get better music out of this one than the first. Like the first one has a couple more like iconic songs,
Yeah.
but I think the second part, like this is it's my thought with like Frozen and Frozen 2. Wild
Mhm.
comparison if you think about it. But
Yeah.
like Frozen 1 has the better like iconic songs, but the music as a whole in Frozen 2 is better. And I think we're gonna get the same thing here where like just the whole of the music is going to be superior.
Yeah, I don't know if I can agree with your Frozen take, but I do agree with The Wicked. Although I will say, I want them to give us like a soundtrack cast recording without the spoken dialogue. It breaks it, and I don't like it. And
You
I'm
know what? I thought they
sorry.
said they were going to. I could have sworn they said they were going to, and then they didn't.
When?
When is right, but like No Good Deed, I listen to that just
Yeah.
in my spare time. You know what I mean? Like that song plays, and it's turning
so
Cynthia
silly.
Erivo loose on that song is gonna. We've never seen anything like what Wicked's doing with like a musical adaptation, like how good it is,
Mhm.
and like I think we all owe Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth all the flowers we can give them, right? Like
100%.
Yep.
absolute trailblazers. It's not crazy to say that Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande took it up a step. They upped the game.
Agreed.
They said, "Thank you for the groundwork. Thank you for doing what you did. We're gonna take it from here now." You know, it's what happens in all great things, right? Hey, listen, Joe Montana, thank you for laying the groundwork on how to be a good West Coast passer, but Tom Brady came along and said, "I'll just do it better."
I don't know that you can make that comparison. I do think that they are fantastic, and I think that they're giving it the roles like the public face. I think they're like taking the publicity of the show, the roles, all of that to the next level. But like the roles themselves, I don't know. There is something about the magic of the stage, but it's a hard comparison. That's like it's
It is a hard
apples to
comparison.
oranges in my mind.
I've said this, and I believe this is a $1 billion idea. Tell me if I'm wrong. Wicked goes on tour, and not just any tour. I'm talking a stadium tour, like the Eras tour.
In.
And Cynthia, Ariana, all the cast, they say, we're doing this for a year. We're going to hit NFL stadiums. And we're doing a full production of Wicked. Let me tell you, that'll make $1 gazillion. That'll make $1 gazillion.
It may make the Eras tour look like it made no money. Like,
yeah, I'm telling you, that thing the theater kids would turn out in numbers that like, it would look like.
Only potential downside would be having to hear all the people around me singing it.
Oh, yeah, there needs to be a hard and fast, like, only sing at a respectful volume, if
I don't
at
think
all.
you can. I think we treat it like Broadway. But I think what you do is you'd make it bigger, right? Hook Cynthia up to like the thing that makes the camera go around the NFL stadium, and she's like defying gravity and you know, like flying around. I'm telling you, like, listen, I'm for hire. My ideas are I'm here. I'm ready for it. I'll
do demand royalties.
Yeah, if you steal our idea. Yeah. Jamie, what's going on, my friend? How are you? Saying what's up, everyone.
What's up?
Happy to have you, Jamie.
Seth is listening while he's weed whacking. That's
hashtag dad shit.
Hashtag dad shit.
Dad shit.
We are also always proud to be the only R-rated show left on IBT's YouTube. On the other hand, it's kind of like a backhanded thing. Like, yes, we get to be R-rated, but it's because we're the only ones not radio syndicated. Which
is going to change really soon, though. Like, give it about 5 minutes, and we're not even going to be able to say anymore. It's crazy.
That was pretty good.
You were ready.
You said it, and I was like, I've got the button right there. I can make the joke.
Do you have a button? You have a button to like.
It's through the XLR setup for my mic. It's just got a dump button.
Oh, that's too good.
I love
that's
it.
Too good. We don't have a drop for our next segment. Any final thoughts on Wicked before we?
I'm infinitely more excited than I already was, and I did not know that was possible.
Had you guys seen that trailer yet?
No.
I don't think so. I feel like I saw another Wicked 2 trailer. Was there not one?
I don't know. I think there was a teaser, but not like a trailer.
Oh, maybe I saw the teaser then. Because I feel like I saw something a little while back.
Yeah, there's been people
but
on TikTok like that first note of her coming in like that. People think that's like the Y in No Good Deed, where she like ramps up and like they've been matching it. It's like crazy. People are obsessive about it, and I'm here for it.
The fandoms, you can't stop them.
Let's talk one of the grossest foods on the planet: hot dogs.
You're not a hot dog guy?
I'm not a hot dog guy. You know,
it is safe to say you do not have that dog in you.
Well, let me clarify. I am a hot dog guy.
You're not trying to eat 70 of them in 12 minutes.
I'm a hot dog guy, but not hot dogs. You know what I mean? Like I'm a fan of that shape.
Steve. We are
Jamie
still
has-
the R-rated show.
Jamie, you got to go watch it. It's on Peacock,
watch
which
tonight.
is where I'm going to put it on as soon as this is done. It's worth every second.
Same.
I'm having a hard ass day today. I'll tell you, and I'm like, you know what I need some right now is some Wicked in my life. But I watched it. I watched it before I went to Cleveland this last time, and then on the flight back, if you fly JetBlue and you get the movie options, they have Wicked.
You get on Southwest too.
I don't fly Southwest, but that's only because I don't get as good of deals to go to Cleveland. So,
Valid.
hot dogs though, nasty creations, truly disgusting. If you look at how they're made, it's like
You don't think about it. You don't question it.
I do every single time because it's like, is a hot dog a sandwich or a sub?
It's a sandwich.
It's a sub.
Well,
It's a
it's a
sandwich.
sub, but a sub is a sandwich.
Yeah, it's a sandwich.
Is it maybe? I don't know. I don't have an opinion on it that strongly. Here's what I know. Hot dogs have like all the parts of the pig that like aren't used for like regular food.
Random insertion here. You're eating the wrong hot dogs then, because I
All
eat
right.
hot dogs.
Well, I am
and
not.
I
I
don't have
am
to worry
not
about the
eating.
parts.
I'm not
Good
gonna
hot
eat
dogs.
artisan hot dogs. Okay, like they're just kind of
They're
gross.
the
looking.
same price as the pork ones at the store. Why'd you
Yeah.
get pork when you can get beef?
Jamie, your 5-year-old is based as fuck. I'm letting you know right now.
Yeah, that one's a little messed up.
Like, I think
Also,
he's
if you're
baked.
on a diet, turkey dogs kind of a cheat code. They're actually pretty good.
This is getting so bad. Anyway, let's
I
talk
don't
about
know.
Nathan's hot dog eating contest because we had the opportunity.
We
to
are
pick
going to
some
talk
winners.
about our hot dogs after.
trash. Keep it in your pants. Come on. You guys,
Sorry.
you guys know more about the hot dog eating contest than I do. Seth thinks I'm un-American because I don't partake in it, but you guys do, and you guys have some thoughts about the consumption of hot dogs. Jake, you and Trash are in disagreement over one Joey Chestnut.
We are.
Mhm.
Kick us off. What do you got him doing?
Yeah, I've got him. So this line was on Prize Picks, over 71 and a quarter hot dogs, and I'm taking the over there. When he got banned and did the hot dog showdown or whatever they call it with Kobayashi, he mashed like 80 of them. He's gonna come back to this contest and he's gonna put his stamp on it. If you look at the run Joey went on, starting from, he was always in the high. He's the one who sets the new bar. Like, he was always the dude. He's in the 60s, high 60s. And then he's like, you know what? I'm going to go for 70. And then he beats it the next year with 72 and then 74 and then 71. He takes a little step back, then 75, 76. He did have a bit of a downturn after that, but I think he's going to want to announce his presence with a vengeance. And he is putting down as many dogs as we've ever seen putting down in about 12 minutes.
Disgusting.
So
That's
it is
disgusting.
that downturn that makes me not believe in him, honestly. I think that he is getting older. I think that there is space for someone else to come up. I do
We are
think
talking
that,
about
like,
people eating hot dogs, right? Like, y'all are
We
breaking
are,
this down
yeah.
like they're running backs. like,
you want us to give you the picks, the bets, we're doing it.
oh, God.
I'm just
I
saying.
just think that 71, like, because essentially you're saying, yeah, 72 hot dogs are, yeah, I think that it is too high of a line here. I think that the under is a smarter bet. I think he could still win it, but I think that he could win it at a lower line. Because if you look, and there are some variations between the different sites on certain lines, but most of the other lines for like the next highest are, I'm seeing like 53.75. So like, that's a big margin in which he can fall short of that number, but still win. And I think all he needs to do to reclaim his crown here is win.
Can I ask what got him banned in the first place? Like, who gets banned from a hot dog eating contest?
He accepted a sponsorship from Impossible, like the Impossible Burgers, Impossible Foods is the company. And he was basically banned from them by the contest by Nathan's because they are inherently a meat product company. And he was sponsored by a non-meat alternative.
It's all about the money.
So he responded to that by going to an army competition. I believe it was army. He ate 57 hot dogs in 5 minutes. AKA in 5 minutes, he basically did what last year's champion did in 10. And he was competing against 4 army soldiers that combined didn't break 50. And then in September, went on a live stream Netflix event and ate 83 of them.
This is the grossest fucking event that America puts on. What an awful way to portray ourselves to the world. But I do have a question for the two of you. I will also participate in this one. If there was a food that you think you could eat the most of in a group of people, in a random group of people assembled, what food do you think you could be like, you know what, I can take that down better than most people can?
I have a true answer to this because we tested it one time. I ate a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts in 6 minutes and 51 seconds.
How'd you feel?
Not that bad.
Oh.
Till about 6 hours later. And then the sugar crash hit and then I was done. But if we're talking like that was just like amongst coworkers, like if you just plop me down in a random place, chicken wings, I can just mindlessly house 100 of them.
All right. That's the food you think you can eat just like a stupid, like maybe it's not a food eating competition. I'm saying like a food that you're like, you know what, I can eat a stupid amount of these.
Yeah, chicken wings.
You're going with chicken wings? Okay.
Oh, if we're just talking about like, so if we're talking about like speed, it is Swiss cake rolls for me. I do actually enter the Swiss cake roll contest and in my hometown. However, there is a guy who has won like 10 years in a row. So he is untouchable. He gets brought in on a golf cart like everybody. He is undefeated. He is the Joey Chestnut of our town.
Oh my God.
You gotta do what I did with the donuts and you squish them and you flatten them into a ball and you just eat the ball.
This is the
I can hold my own in it. If we're just
Yeah.
talking like food that I can eat volume of, it is definitely watermelon. Sit me in front of a watermelon and I will eat the whole thing.
Okay, watermelon's a good one. For me, my parents, when I was growing up, stopped buying cheese curls like Jack's, you know, like the cheese puffs. I would go through a family-sized bag of those in a sitting. Like
that's
mindlessly watching a movie. You put a movie on in front of me, Jack's, Goldfish, Cheez-Its. I can eat a box of Cheez-Its in a sitting, and it's not even a problem. The other one for me, I eat junk food, right? And I'm thankful I'm not 500 pounds. Like, thankfully I'm not 500 pounds. I managed to, try to work off the weight a bit. But God, can I eat Oreos? I can eat Oreos and I'm talking mega stuff. I want them all as stuffed as possible.
My hot take is that regular Oreos are the best Oreos. However, I can also eat a lot of them, but I think they're better.
My hot take is the vanilla Oreos.
I like the vanilla Oreos.
Okay,
my favorite
like the
Oreo,
vanilla cookies.
Yeah,
I do think the Halloween ones
solid.
taste better. I don't know what it is about the orange cream, but I think it tastes the best.
That
I think that's the elite Oreo.
So question though. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
If we're talking hot dogs though, or if we want to talk, how many hot dogs could you eat in like a sitting?
In one sitting?
I know my number.
2.
Yep. 2?
2. 3 if I'm really pushing it.
How long do we define a sitting? Because I also have a
like,
real life answer for this one, depending on time.
Yeah.
frame.
Oh, same. I think it's like you can't be like drawing it out over the course of,
You know what the problem
an
is
hour,
for me?
but it doesn't need to be like how many in 10 minutes,
Because
My problem is halfway through, I start to realize I'm eating a hot dog. And that just takes me right out of it.
While fair, I was at a baseball game that was doing quarter hot dogs one night. And during the course of the 9-inning game, I ate 15 hot dogs.
Okay. So my record for it, because we also do quarter hot dogs, and I did go last night to Hot Dog Hysteria. Shout out Lake Monsters. I had 4. I have done 5 in the past. I think I could do 6 if I'm pushing it. Beyond that being said, like last year, I think I did 5 in a fried dough. I did 4 in a fried dough last night. I need a little variety in there sometimes.
Here's the thing that I think we need to be real about. Trash is thin.
Fried dough buns last
Jake
time.
and I have both been on the larger side of humanity. We figured it out. Trash is putting these away at she's like
I walk my dog a lot, okay?
5 in a fried dough. That fried dough would have put me right. I can only do 1 fried dough. I wouldn't have put another fucking thing in my mouth. I would have been so full.
No, fried dough with maple. Oh, so good.
Yeah, like if I'm eating hot dogs, I'm eating 4 minimum.
I've never been an
That's like my
amount
meal.
guy. My issue is
I think like
is not the
2
amount
to
I can
3.
eat.
Well, probably 3 is like a solid meal.
Yeah, I can put calories away, but it's always like really calorie dense foods. I just eat junk food. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I can
it's
fill a
like
pint of ice
Junk food
cream.
is so good though.
it's like, oh, what's one cookie gonna do to me? And then one cookie turns into 15. You're like,
Right.
where'd those go? And you're
But
like,
that's the
oh,
thing
I
is
ate
like
them all.
it's
Time
never
to go get more.
my issue is like, yeah, it kind of is like just the foods I eat are very calorically dense. So I have to be like more careful about that. And I'm a big
It
soda
happens.
guy. Love soda. So I had to
Mm.
switch to diet soda to not eat like drink all my calories. All right, we got a few minutes left here, and I want to make sure we have enough time to really give our hot takes the love they deserve. So it's time to dive into our final segment of the night. I can't believe we're already like almost at an hour. It's time for Hear Me Out. Let's hit it.
Maybe nostalgia's got you blind, or maybe I just see it right. I know you wanna shout, but before you shut me down, just hear me out. Hear me out. I'm not afraid to take the heat. Hear me out. I'll die on this hill if I need. You can fight it, you can hate it, but you'll never say I forget. Hear me out. I got hot takes on repeat.
Hot take. I think we have the best. I do think we have the best drops. Like
If you can't tell by every time we come back, me and Trash are just dancing in our chairs.
I just feel like it needs to be said. I just feel like that like these drops deserve the love that we give them. Trash.
Tell us your favorite.
What's my favorite?
No, like the people. Tell us your favorites.
yeah, comment down below.
Oh yeah.
Which
I was
drop
like,
Yeah.
my
is
favorite?
the drop? It might
Yeah,
be
what drop
new
is the
one.
best drop? Yeah, I think
My
I think
favorite is the Kalshi. Well,
Kalshi's
ooh, that new
good.
one.
that new
Trail
one. I
Time.
think
Yeah.
that
It
new
was
one I
Kalshi,
like a
but
lot.
that new one
Yeah, I
Well,
like Hear Me
fair.
Out.
kind
I
of
like
right up my tickles
I'm a-
it's floss in my brain. It's my brain floss.
yeah. You guys like that country music, so I figured that would make everybody happy. Trash, you're Hear Me Out. I feel like is really pertinent considering what I'm going to see tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm gonna call out every single or almost every single franchise we've talked about on the show. Oh, thank you, Jamie. That is the correct take. All the drops. My take is it is okay to let the cash cow die. This applies to, just gonna scroll up here. We got Jurassic Park, we got Avatar, we got the Marvel Extended Universe as well as the DC Extended Universe. I will give some of these like one-off sequels, like Happy Gilmore 2. It's not for me, but sure, whatever. If you want to do this all these years later, Adam Sandler, go for it. But there are too many movies and franchises that have been drawn out. It goes into like TV shows. It's Disney making all of their like, let's just do the Star Wars TV show. And like
Dumb.
every single IP is just, it's fine to just
Right.
let it be, let it breathe, let it die. Don't
I
keep
think-
milking it.
I think it's really a case of studios are so impatient, and I'm like, I think if you spaced these out more and didn't go back
Mhm.
to the well so much, you'd reap a bigger benefit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, like
Which is why I do think Marvel can get away with it, because it's if you think back to like, especially when they started, it was like, oh, we got Iron Man movies, and then we got Captain America movies, and then we got them together, and then we got, when you're bouncing around a little bit like that, it's okay. When
Yeah.
it's, oh no, the dinosaurs on the island got out again. Oh no, I'm supposed to believe that 5'4" Tom Cruise is an intimidating human, like Mission Impossible. Like let those
that that
If you
one
look
needed
at,
to
like,
die a while ago.
the ones that do it, like James Bond. Like, we don't get a James Bond movie every 2-3 years. So every time a new one comes out,
That's true.
it's like, holy shit, we've been waiting for this.
I also think the fact that they changed James Bond so often that it's
Yeah.
become like a thing that's like, who's next? Like
Yes.
that's kind of part of it, right?
It does
It's like,
give it a little bit more
we get to see
magic.
someone else's like idea
you-
of James Bond.
Build up that prestige by it. But I mean, even if you think,
Although you guys should be excited for the new James Bond, because didn't you both like Dune? And Dennis Villeneuve is directing the new James Bond.
I haven't seen Dune.
Oh, Jake
I
likes
love
Dune.
Dune.
Jake Jake likes Dune.
I've been playing the video game a little too much recently. It's a problem.
I didn't even know there was a game.
It's so good.
It's a nerd thing.
Yep,
Yeah, no, I think the cash cow, it's been beat to death. There's franchises that have lasted way too long. Hey, Fast and the Furious.
Yes. Even I will say there's
That's the most
a
egregious
reason.
one to me.
Yeah. There is a reason that I chose Jake gave me 2 options for the thumbnail image essentially, and I chose Ocean's 12 strategically
Yep.
because I do think even the Oceans, and I do think you're right, like space it out, give it a little time to breathe.
Yeah.
I like Ocean's 8, but Ocean's 12 and 13 are just kind of
Like
like they're
Ocean's 8.
fine,
Yep.
but like 8 actually does something different. You get a little different take on it. You get a different
Right.
cast. It does, yeah.
It
Give him
it
space.
feels like sometimes we just go too far with this. Jake, let's talk about yours because I think you have a very good point
Yeah.
with this.
Yeah. So mine is big name casts or big names in a cast don't suddenly make a bad movie good. And I think we get so many examples of that, especially when we're not letting the cash cow die. Like
Yeah.
these two kind of go hand in hand so well.
Yeah.
Like so we started to see a bit of a drop off with Fast and Furious. So they're like, you know what? Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Jason Statham, bring him in here. No, they still suck. If you like, there's an entire page dedicated to this exact hot take on IMDb's website. And like you go down the list, Armageddon, that movie sucks. It's bad. Bruce Willis, Billy Bob Thornton when he mattered, Ben Affleck, Ocean's 12, Clooney, Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts, any Batman movie made in the 1990s, Arnold Schwarzenegger, George Clooney, Val Kilmer, Jim Carrey, Tommy Lee, like so many of these movies were like, we know the story's bad, so let's put some good faces in here and it'll probably make us money. That's all they're trying to do when you see shit like this. They know that they're not making a good movie.
And it's so crazy to me that some of these guys, like I know it's about money, right? Like we know, like the payday's big enough, they'll sign on. But for some of these people, I'm like, you didn't read that and go, no thanks.
They did,
I'm
and then they
good.
saw how much they were getting to be in it, and they were like, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I guess so. Like it's just, man, and like I'm trying to think of like a recent movie that I saw that I was like, you got a really good cast, it just wasn't a very good movie. Basically anything Chris Evans has been that hasn't been Knives Out has been that lately. After he left Marvel, I don't know what he needs to fire whoever is telling him what movies to take because they're all bad.
That's Chris Pine.
Like Chris
Yeah.
Evans has been on a real like shitter.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many of them, like, and you see people like, just kind of get thrown into movies. Like, it's the people at the end of their careers who just keep doing the same. These should just be called made for TV movies, so I'll call them that.
Yeah.
Like, you're made for TV movies. Like,
You know what just did
Steven
that? Not
Seagal
too
was a
long ago?
giant name at one point. Now, if you watch any movie that he's in, it's
Well,
the
he's-
worst piece of shit you've seen since the last Steven Seagal movie you watched.
Well, that's because he's actually like a Russian asset at this point. Like I think he's like like I think he moved to Moscow. Like he only does Russian movies now. It's a whole thing. Like you need to look that up. It's an insane thing about Steven Seagal. But like that's not just me hating on Steven Seagal. That's actively what he's done. But there is you know who did like you hear the term reheating your nachos every now and then.
Mhm.
The Irishman was one of the biggest examples of that. That was Scorsese getting his old band back together. And it's another mob movie, just like Scorsese loves to do. And it's De Niro and like Pacino or whatever. And it was like, who wants this today? Who are you making this for? Like, you ran out of ideas. So you're going to have 3 like 80-year-old men sitting around a table. And what? You think you're going to draw people in who are old enough to remember when Goodfellas was like in theaters?
Apparently.
It did terrible.
A great 2025 example, Fountain of Youth. Did you even know that was a movie?
I've heard of it. I didn't see it.
It's got Natalie Portman, John Krasinski, Guy Ritchie directed it. Like, and it sucks. I think this website defines it best. What follows is a mishmash of Indiana Jones, Uncharted, and a very boring Banana Republic ad. Like,
Yeah. That's how I felt
I
about,
also feel like
what was that movie with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum? That was another one that was like that.
Yeah, yeah. The Lost City, because I was just looking up a
Yes.
list, and it's
Yeah.
I also would classify just about anything on this list like that whole like Judd Apatow stoner comedy era of shit
How
where
dare
like
you?
no, because there were a few good ones, yes. But beyond like those few good ones, there were just a lot of ones where it was like, let's just put
It-
the same like
What was it?
Okay, I get
The
you.
End of the World or something?
Yep.
This is the end.
Yep,
This is the end.
that
Like it's the
one,
epitome
yeah.
of that. It's just like let's put all of our famous
Yes.
friends in a movie, and it's not. It could have been so much better. I
thought
like
it
the
was pretty good.
premise.
I thought it was dumb.
It's got its moments, but there's
It's
so much of
incredibly
it.
dumb, but it's not even dumb in like a good way for most of it.
I don't know. Maybe.
It's like I'm supposed to feel bad for these rich fucks dying.
Mm.
My bad.
I mean, they fell into a literal pit of hell, but like I get it. It's fine.
Based off of that movie, I don't know if Illinois fell into that pit. I think we're okay out here.
I was okay with it right up until the giant wiener appeared on screen.
Mm.
And that was just too much for me. I was just like, all right, I didn't have the devil's schlong on my bingo card today.
Well, and that movie isn't yeah. There's like way worse ones that are like equally star-studded and just horrible movies.
Yes,
Like
there's a lot. There's a
what is
lot
that,
that
like, yeah.
it
Yeah.
happens a lot. It happens a lot.
Mhm.
Our last hear me out. I'll take the last one. Is suspension of disbelief needs to make a comeback. This goes hand in hand with my other thought that I don't think people go to movies to enjoy them anymore. It's a very strange phenomenon. I'm noticing that people walk in, they're like, this would never happen. And like, I can get behind that if you're going to a movie that is like grounding itself in reality, that where it's like, this is the most realistic movie you're going to see. When you walk into a Marvel movie, though, and you're like, dude, that would never happen. It's like, really? That's where you're going to draw your line? The giant green thing that chucks some family's minivan 3 city blocks isn't unrealistic to you, but the fact that Iron Man might throw a little bit of a temper tantrum over his parents being massacred by some sleeper agent is like, that would never happen. I don't believe that would happen. Really? Really? You got Captain America hucking that shield around like a frisbee, bouncing off of everything with no regard to physics.
We got a hammer that only one person has ever been able to lift. And then
One
Captain
person-
America lifts it, and everybody's like, oh shit. And then it's like, I don't
like,
think they'd all come back from the dead like that. It's like, shut up.
So-
Shut up.
I think to Wicked, right? So a lot of people had complaints about Wicked because of the way Elphaba flew, right? She's doing like her song and she's up in the air and she's kind of just holding the broom in her hand and she's just holding it. And people are like, well, how strong is her arm?
Does she not do magic?
Fucking magic.
Like, she's magic. The broom's flying. It was a previously unmagical broom that is now able to fly. And your issue is the posture in which she is holding herself in this hovering space.
I think like the movie needs to be grounded in its reality, but it doesn't need to be grounded in our reality, because there's times
Yes.
when movies are not grounded in any reality and you're like, that wouldn't even happen in your world. Like, why would that person do that?
Right.
Why would XYZ happen? But like, yeah, you just need to accept that it's a movie, accept that it's a fantastical thing. Like, yeah. And I think there's parameters with it. Like in The Fast and the Furious, is there not a movie in which the car starts to fly? Like that is not grounded
Yes,
in any
that-
reality.
that-
like what is going on?
The issue with Fast and the
But,
Furious
like-
is that it's people, right? And it started as a gritty street racing movie.
Family.
Now you have the one that did it for
A
me in
family,
Fast and the
not
Furious.
people.
This is the one that did me in. Vin Diesel. So Michelle Rodriguez is being like taken. She gets launched off of a car that's going easily 150 miles an hour, launched in the air. He
Jumps through the-
slams his car, goes on his hood, crashes his car, and launches through the air, catches her, spins midair, and lands on the hood of another car. You're dead
Fine.
so fast. Like,
Yeah.
you either have to come out and say, these people are superheroes, or they're not.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, like, when it comes to Star Wars, or Jurassic World, or Marvel, or DC, and they're like, that's not believable.
Why? How?
What?
Where,
it's
where
so
did we leave
nitpicky.
you?
People want to dislike movies, I think, now more than they want to like them. I walk into every movie being
Yes.
like, I'm going to enjoy this experience. Clown in a Cornfield was the dumbest idea of a movie, right? It seemed like a dumb idea. They killed it.
Great movie.
They killed it. The title makes people be like, this is a dumb idea. Let me tell you, that movie, I think I have it in the top 10 so far of the year. It's so good. Fantastic.
We have movies about fucking turtles in a sewer turning into karate masters because their rat friend, who is also in this sewer, turned into a humanoid creature and taught
the Star Wars one drives me crazy too. Like, there's a little toad that walks with a cane normally that can flip through the air and fight and da. But like, they're like, Luke would have never been depressed. That's not realistic. Depression's not realistic,
Probably
but
one of
but
the most
Yoda's
realistic
little
parts of the movie.
right.
Yeah.
The only part that's like, hey, listen, everyone he knows has died and his dad tried to kill him. Might have a little bit of trauma from that.
Well, and I think like a perfect example of how true your statement is like people always complain in movies that have guns. They're like, they never have to reload. There's so you could just keep shooting and then you never. And then even military people watch it and they're like, yeah, I don't give a shit.
Who cares?
You want
You want to watch a movie of someone reloading over and over again? That's not fun.
It's like, do I want to watch a baseball
think-
movie of the 6 hours of preparation that it takes every single day to be a professional baseball player? No, I don't.
It's
Give me like a little fastball on that street
yes,
sign with the
thank
speed
you,
and
thank you.
Yeah.
and then he
So-
goes to the major leagues.
That's called
Yeah.
trouble with the curve. I heard that he couldn't hit. No, I don't care. It's a good movie. I cried. Shut up.
See, I'm not a big sports movie guy, but like, go in, suspend your disbelief, people. Go have fun at the theater. For the love of God, go have fun. That's all we're saying. You might wind up liking it. You never know. Anyway, we've reached that sad time of the show where it's time for us to say goodbye. For all of you who have stuck with us this long, thank you so much. If you're a friend of the channel, hello. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your grandma. Hi, Grandma. I don't have a grandma, but this is more of a blanket statement to all grandmas out there. Hi to my boyfriend's grandmother, Gumpa, as I lovingly refer to her as.
And never forget, we can still say
Exactly. And we're still the R-rated show here at IBT Media. Thank you again, guys, for being here tonight. It's so much fun hanging out with you guys, talking movies, talking disgusting hot dog sandwich sub things, and everything in between, because that's what we do here at In Between Media. For myself, for Trash Sandwiches, for Jake Parry, have a great night. Keep being you. Take care.